Not even Christmas yet, but I'm looking ahead to next July. July the 6th and 7th, actually, in London. XL London, it's a Disability Expo, and it's an exhibition for exactly what we're doing here at DiscoverAbility. Jade Godier is with me now, and you're the event director and the co-founder of it as well. Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks
well, a big exhibition. Tell me first. We're going to do it backwards. Tell me about the exhibition in London. I mean, it's something to look forward to, and we're going to be talking between now and then lots about it. What's going on?
So the Disability Expo is the UK and potentially Europe's only event that solely is focused on the lived experience of disability. So from this, that means that this is not commercially focused. We're not a commercial focused business. We all have, so all of our staff and our production team are either lived experience of disability or disability adjacent or worked within the sector. So we all have experience and an understanding of how we would want an event to be delivered. Sorry.
So it's more than just a trade show. I mean, there are trade shows going on and they're all good. They're fine. But this is more than that. This is more personal, more designed, more focused.
So yes, we're not only a 2-day event. We are actually a movement, and we are setting up a community interest company as well with regards to the movement I Matter. What I Matter is, it's about people being seen for themselves, regardless of their disability, and we really want to bring inclusion and promote diversity and celebrate all waves of disability, whether that be neurodivergency, physical disability, mental health. So the whole scale. We want to
a bit like we do. It's disability and differences. So who's it aimed at? Who's the exhibition aimed at? Who do you want to come?
We want anyone to come to the event. So it's the event focus is around unity and community. We want the whole event to feel like a community for people with lived experience of disability, but we also want to campaign and raise awareness. So with regards to that, we want anyone that wants to come to the event in support of what we're offering. And with regards to what's being delivered at the event, we have things, we have exhibition stands, we have projects, we have activities and fun and stuff that would be at the event would be of interest to anyone that wants to attend.
Especially people like me with no disability who need to know, because people with disability tend to know a lot more. People like me, we know nothing, and we're thinking, well, that's other people. But we want non-disabled people to sit up and pay attention as well, don't we?
So disability, with regards to minority groups, disability is the largest minority group, but the least represented. The actual statistics I don't have in front of me right now, but it's a very high percentage and a high chance that you or any person would either experience disability, what may that be themselves or a family member at some point in their life. It's very highly likely that you'll be faced with that at some point.
We're talking
whether that's
sorry, you're talking about 1 in 5 people. So if you're at work now and you look around and there's 10 people there, 2 of you would probably have a disability during your life. So it is a high percentage.
So that's actually personally having disability, but obviously with regards to being related, so that statistic becomes even higher. And then if you want to look at reduced mobility in age, if hopefully we all live to a ripe old age, then we will probably be faced with some form of mobility issues or disability at some point along our lives.
We're not even mentioning the carers, because the carers are a huge part of our of what we're talking about. And I've noticed it more and more in this program. People are saying, you're asking the questions that we need to know. We're looking after someone. It's very lonely being a carer. We don't get to talk. So this is the sort of thing we want to talk about. You've got lots of speakers coming to the expo as well, haven't you? Some top names.
Yeah, we've got lots of. So we're trying to stem away from speakers, particularly because it's again about unity and strong. Our message being delivered stronger together. So rather than actually having speakers individually talking, we're looking at doing people's panels. So they're panel discussions and topics where we get key people within that sector that are experienced and knowledgeable to help a panel discussion. So like almost like a debate setting where we can talk about key topics, discuss agendas and how we are going to make improvements. And we have people involved in the event where they can actually take certain agendas potentially to Parliament, and we can look at raising profile and actually trying to put actionable results in the event as well.
So with that panel, you're going to get some sort of cross discussion as well, so it won't just be focused on one topic, because a lot of people, although it's different disabilities, different subjects, a lot of them have got the same issues and the same benefits as well, so that's going to be fun. I can't wait. I really can't wait for that. And exhibitors, you've got quite a lot of exhibitors from every sort of industry or every sort of part of the industry, haven't you?
So yeah, we've got up to 200 exhibitors at the event, potentially more if we outgrow the hall that we're currently in, which it's looking likely. With regards to that, that's made up of anything from charities, service providers, equipment providers, but also we don't want to just focus around high-end priced products. We want to look at smaller affordable aids. So we've got a marketplace at our event for anything that's purchasable on the day of the event, so it doesn't even have to be disability related. We'll have anything from potential vitamins to sensory toys, for example, so a multitude of products that can be purchased. Also with regards to clinical services that we're offering at community services that we're offering at the event, so we're looking at putting something like a community clinic where we know there's a really long wait list for a lot of people to go through things like diagnostics, access to funding for certain things, occupational therapy assessments, moving and handling, physio. So again, bringing back that carers element, people with that are disability adjacent, they need support as well. So potentially offering moving and handling advice to a family carer to how best move and handle their family member to obviously eliminate things like injury and stuff. So that's something that's not normally readily available for members of the public, which we are looking at putting all of that back in.
And to encourage that independent living as well, that so many people, we just want normal, don't we? We don't want anything special. We just want normal. We want to be able to boil a kettle or get to the bathroom, same as everybody.
Yeah, and I think that it's taking it outside, just not focusing with it within the home, but also looking at the surrounding area of the event and taking that as part of the project. So making sure that local facilities and hotels, etc., are accessible, and advising on where the best routes are to get to the event to make everything seem seamless and inclusive as possible as well. So
yeah, because some of the big companies, they don't know what they're not doing, and it's up to people like you and me to say, we can bring you what, this awful purple pound. We can increase your business if you're only aware. But of course, if they don't know, they don't plan. So we've got to explain to them. It's educating everybody, isn't it? Not just the disabled community.
Yeah, the purple pound's obviously a big thing that we're trying to push to all businesses, and believe it or not, even companies that are solely within the disability or mobility sector, they're potentially not even as inclusive with their branding and approach themselves. So I think it's just an education point, and that's what makes us different from other events companies. We're not a media company. We're actually from the sector. I personally do consultancy work. I'm also neurodivergent and have mild mobility issues myself as well. So with regards to that, we work very closely with our exhibitors. We want to really push inclusive branding. We want to also improve accessibility to products as well, whether that be through offering information and advice on funding routes, affordability, and having that trust and general built-up relationship between consumer and business supplier as well.
And making sure that business supplier doesn't think there's, we're going to nod towards the disabled community and one size fits all, and disabled is wheelchairs and ramps and that sort of. It is a very narrow point of view, and okay, we can tut about it, but if they don't know, again, we've got to tell them. We've got to keep knocking on doors and saying, do you realise this?
Definitely. So people's stories is something that we really want to help give platform to. that's part of our movement, and in the lead up to the event and post event as well. So we really want to, through social media, through campaigns, through all of our promotion of our movement, I Matter, is to actually give people voice and show that we're all just people, really, and just want to live life to the full.
Jade, you've got a huge job there, but obviously you love it. I mean, you're working non-stop at it. And I was going to say, despite any disability you've got, it's probably because of it. You're almost qualified to talk more about it than anybody else, because you've been there, you've done that, you know what's going on in the world.
I think that it's actually helped me massively as well. So my background, I started off in the industry as a product consultant from a product provider for a company, and that's what gave me passion and got me into the industry. And I loved helping people and advising on the best affordable products, and we then branched out into being an online advisory service. And from the nature of the event that we run, I am members of lots of different social media groups, etc. And from being on one of them, it actually made me realise that I'm neurodiverse, and I only got a diagnosis 3 years ago, something that I've struggled massively with since I was a child. It's quite interesting that because you're from this side of the industry, you learn more about yourself as well. So.
And as always, that diagnosis is often not what you want to hear, but having a diagnosis is people say sort of the shoulders go down. Okay, I know where I'm going now. I understand now. It explains all the years that have gone by with the difficulties, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that it makes you reapproach and evaluate yourself differently as well. Having better understanding of yourself and being kinder, I think, has helped me massively more than anything, I guess.
Now, say your co-founder, the other co-founders, Alan, he's your bloke, isn't he? Yeah. Are you? I mean, have you got married yet? I've noticed you've planned several weddings. Have you got there yet, girl?
No, we haven't got married yet. No, unfortunately. So we was meant to get married in 2020, and then obviously COVID happened, and then it got changed again to 2021, and then we had another lockdown, and then it was meant to be this year, and my other half got diagnosed with a rare autoimmune condition, and he was rather unwell, so it got cancelled again. So, I'd like to say third time lucky, but hopefully fourth time lucky.
Is it penciled in because you've got an extra guest now? You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. We've been toying with what dates we do. So we was looking at replanning it for August next year post event, but we have our other event in September as well. So. I want it to be something that's like not rushed, and because it's took this long and has more planning in it, and potentially it's hard to give like a guest amount as well, because with doing this event and this project, we're meeting so many people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you've got now several hundred in the Felixstowe area now to come. Yeah, what about?
It could go from between 40 guests to potentially 200 quite quickly.
What about doing this on July the 7th at Excel? We could do it there, couldn't we?
Yeah, that could be an idea.
We could do it in the Century Zone. That'd be quite good. You've got loads of guests coming on. Hopefully, we can work together between now and next July, and we're going to get lots of interaction, pushing guests both ways. It's been an absolute delight talking to you. I can feel how you get excited about talking about it, because I do. I just do 1 hour a week. You're talking about it all the time, and I can see the passion in it, and we need more people to talk like this, don't we?
Thank you. And yeah, it would be really good to have you involved in the event as well, and hopefully get you in for a live recording of at the event as well. That would be good.
Will there be cake?
I'm sure there's plenty of cake stations around.
I'm coming, Jade. Thank you so much.